Howdy y'all. In this video, I begin my journey as the first farmer in my family, and there's a twist. I took out a $500,000 farm loan that I got paid back in 2 years. Will I make it big, or will I go broke? Watch to find out, folks. Howdy y'all, welcome back to First Gen Farmer. Oh, the lovely day in October where we are going to harvest our soybeans and our corn. We're going to kick off with soybeans first because what money we get from it, we're going to purchase this field right here and immediately harvest it. It's going to be a grueling task, but it's going to be well worth it. Now, I spent $245,000 because this is what happened between episodes. In the couple months that's passed by, they actually managed to actually build something. We got ourselves a cold storage shed. Beautiful interior, nice brand new wood and tin. Let's try not to damage it in any way, shape, or form. And we also got this silo. I can't remember how much this holds offhand, but right now it's empty. So while they did the construction on this, they demolished the old one. So that space down there is going to be empty. I don't have any clue what I'm going to use it for besides some kind of turnaround point. But let's go ahead and kick things off and get started with our soybean harvest. Yay! Am I right, folks? You know what? We haven't taken a loan out all year. Just for sheer luck. Ooh, Michael. I haven't dealt with Michael before. If I put up the new farm as collateral, I should be able to get at least just the farmyard itself with the one field. Oh, yeah. I should be able to get enough collateral just for this. The farm was 6.5. Yeah, 650,000 roughly is what it's worth right now, maybe more. This is 550-ish, 560. You know what? I'm going to see what the bank has to say first. So the bank ended up giving me a total of $700,000 for it. As a loan, I mean. So, we not only got this parcel, we also got a good chunk of change for the $45,000 needed on soil samples. So let's dig in here and see how bad the yield is. Surprisingly, it is good. That's astounding. It could be better. But we are easily going to run into something. Yeah, we're already starting to get into some bad yield, but that's to be expected. We didn't do any kind of prep work to this field. Well, I'm officially halfway done with the headland. I expected to be full like a while ago. But you see this orange? We haven't seen orange before. We've usually had pretty darn good yields because we've kept very good care of our fields. this just shows if we were gambling on just this plot, we would easily have lost that 700,000, which I'm kind of glad we aren't gambling on just this, and we're gambling on all of our harvest. Where's my green cart driver anyway? So, next field on the list would probably be this big one over here. That would be the final one I'd need to complete my farm set collection, as I'd put it. Unless I wanted to increase my ground to the south or north first. Which, would it be a bad idea to want to increase my main farm fielding first? This is going to be a separate field all on its own. I am going to merge it with that smaller one that we originally started with. Gotta clear out some of the trees first. I'm going to keep all the trees like between these two fields. I don't really think there's anything else I really have to do for prep work on this, other than, of course, merge. And whenever we plant, we gotta do lime. This is gonna be a lime hog. It's roughly I think it's pretty much the same size if you factor in that being merged, or it might be bigger. Oof. Our time has already gotten quite full up with just one field. Talking further on about that field, it will be merged up with this big one that we had in wheat, once we buy it anyway. That one is owned by Sam. This one was owned by Mitchell. I don't know, I have never met Mitchell before. I don't even know where he is or where he lives or anything like that, but we might run into him again someday. So I'm paying a custom contractor to come out and do the corn for me, at least, while I do soybeans. I told him I don't have a spare combine, but he could use the corn head. He said it'd be faster and easier if he just uses his own. I said go for it, whatever works. So we'll see just what ends up happening. I'm hoping, just hoping, I end up making more than I end up spending. Because I believe it's a total of $33,000 I just paid him. Or $30,000. Let me look real quick. Okay, I was way off. It's only $20,000. So he should be getting started. He's coming from the shop, or dealership. So he should be hitting the newest field, then the other field, before he climbs up to these fields. Then does the rest around us. Or so I hope. I think for the heck of it, the contractor is close to being done. He has a handful of fields. He actually started from the other side. He has basically the big field over there and those two left. I kind of took breakfast. But anyway, I think I'm gonna, for an extra charge of $3,000, he did say he could do the soybeans. That was what it would cost for him to use his grain header, in addition to have already used his corn header. So I think I'm going to give him the go-ahead and let him have at it. I told him, just make sure he finishes pretty much after me, because I want to get done and then see him in action. I didn't get to see him in action with the corn. I kind of thought he would take longer. But yeah, we're about a quarter done with this field already. Only a quarter. And he's definitely not going to make it by with the soybeans. Well, I'm on the way to get the hopper bottom now. You'll never believe the totals. It's 482,300 something liters of soybeans and 472,000 liters of corn. Yeah, we got just barely more corn or soybeans than we did corn. I knew the numbers were going to be close, but I thought because the beans had bigger fields before buying that one field, I thought it was going to be just astounding more, but no, it's actually not that close. I mean, it is close, but I thought it was going to be farther apart, I'm trying to say. What I'm going to do with the rest of this wheat is sell it to the railroad as well. So we'll have that on top of all the soybeans that we're going to be selling. So let's go ahead, get to dumping this in here, and I'll be back whenever we get the full load of soybeans. Just something about that sound I really enjoy. Listening to grain just fall straight into the elevator. This place looks so much cleaner with the brand new asphalt. Apart from spots that they already dirtied up. The train should be here any moment, I hope. Oh. This farm work's exhausting. So I just got done talking to the train conductor. He can only hold like 320,000 liters, I thought he said. So this will be multiple trips between the wheat and soybeans. So I'm going to start dumping the corn in. Before I turn this on, I am going to fill it up with propane. And so far, this is just what we made off soybeans. 1.2 million. Apparently it's gone for quite the pretty penny. I am waiting for the train right now so we can load up the wheat. I don't know if I want to do it now, honestly, or if I'll just wait till we do corn. But as for the corn anyway, my plan for the corn, whatever don't fit in here will go in the grain mill and get turned into fine corn flour. Or no, not fine. Corn flour. It'll fetch a nice penny. Well, actually, on second thought, I'll just put it in our silo. That way it'll stay all as dried corn. Because there's only a couple $100 difference, really. So, whatever don't fit, I guess I'll just take home. So, I was actually wrong. I don't know how much this thing can hold, but it can sure hold all of this. Wow. Next thing up is using that trailer. Time to go fill up on some propane. I think I remember where it is. It's just up here, I thought. Ouch. I forgot how expensive the propane is. Ouch. 32,000? Okay, yeah, never mind, that's right. Basically, $1 per liter. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't account for the weight of this stuff. Oof. I gotta be more careful. And apparently I needed more. Who would have thought that? Okay then, I guess I'm off to go spend some more money. And just for a good measure, I actually picked up another $32,000 worth. So, let's go ahead, turn this thing on, and finally get started. Not too bad. 44,000 for the wheat, and just over 6,000 for, well, government bonus, whatever you want to call that. I'm still calling it benefit, although it's more like a subsidy. Anyway, shall we get back to things and get started on... Oh wait, we need to pay off that loan. Let me pull over real quick into my little makeshift parking lot and let me get back in the truck and do it. So the plan is I'm gonna let this soybean straw just sit until November. We'll bale it in November. Beans, we got nothing going on. And that'll give me an excuse to show you guys everything I got planned, and, well, hopefully it'll all be built by then. They'll have a month. They're relatively simple buildings, and there's about 100 people on this crew. It should get done soon. But anyway, I'm gonna get going, and I'll see all y'all around. Have a good one, y'all.